Hello, hello. What's going on, everybody? Austin in
Live
the
from the
car?
car, traveling
Yeah.
halfway across the country. We're here ready to go. Bears, Vikings, ready to
Anything
get
for
you
Bears pregame, baby.
going for the big Week 15 matchup. Can the Bears make stay in the playoff hunt as the Cardinals play the Eagles? We're going to be rooting for the Eagles today. The Bucks play the Falcons, and then the Bears, of course, play the Vikings. Huge matchup today. Blake, how are you feeling? Are we ready to roll today?
Oh, we're ready to roll, baby. We talked about it last week. We talked about it on the podcast that we want the Bears to win at this point. Like, it feels like the Bears are going to finish 8-8 or whatever, regardless at this point. So I'd rather them get this playoff spot. So it all starts today. Well, it started last week, but getting one back against Minnesota after losing to them a few weeks ago would be huge going forward. And, with the Cardinals, you look at their schedule, that's a team that can lose pretty much any of the games they play or win any of the games they play. But all it takes is one from them. And if they can lose today versus the Eagles, the Bears will control their own destiny. So it has to start with the win today, though.
Yeah, essentially the Bears have their destiny in their hands right now. The Bears can win out, and the Cardinals have a tough schedule to end, and that's how we're going to see. Or the Cardinals have a tough schedule. The Bears are going to be riding their own destiny for the rest of the season. If they win out, more than likely they'll make the playoffs, pending a huge Cardinals, just kind of resurgence. But yeah, I like kind of where we're at. I like that the Bears are like in charge of their own destiny. I think that gives a little bit of more of a sense of calm, more than like we don't have to depend on other teams to kind of help the Bears out a lot, because it's right there in their grasp. So they win today. It's the wild card position.
It makes it dangerous, though.
It's
like they feel if they win today, like they're bringing us all back in for this playoff spot at this point, because you're at 7 wins at that point. Like, you're not getting that top 10 pick. You're not going to be in position to get any of those starting the rookie quarterbacks this year, the top tier ones. So if they win today, like, everyone's like completely like being roped back in here. But at the same time, this is like the perfect Bears thing to do. It's like, okay, let's win today. And then they got the Jaguars, which should be an easy win. And then you got the Packers week 17. So no matter what happens, the Bears are going to have to beat the Packers week 17 pretty much to get in. And with the history of that, with the Bears performing against them in the week 17 at these times, like, it's never gone well. So hopefully the Packers have that number 1 seed wrapped up so we could play backups. But we talked about it a little pre-show. I don't know how all the Bears fans would feel as well. How would you feel if the Bears got to week 17, played the Packers backups, and then lost to a guy like Jordan Love? Do you feel worse about that or do you feel worse losing to the starters?
I would feel way worse losing to Jordan Love, because that would just mean like Jordan. Let's just say Jordan Love comes in here and just absolutely balls out. That just means that Aaron Rodgers is going to go.
We've been killed by Packers quarterbacks for too long.
Yeah, it would just kill me, to be honest with you. So but I would like to see, regardless. Obviously, we want the Packers to play their backups so the Bears have a better chance, but it's going to come down to Lambeau and Green Bay, and who knows if the Packers even rest their starters at that point to keep the Bears out of the playoffs. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm excited. The 3 games left. The Bears are right in the thick of it. Even after a 6-game, how about after a 6-game losing streak, the Bears are right there in the thick of things. Steamrolling with the offense resurging a little bit. Hopefully the defense can keep it going for these last couple of games. But we're visiting Minnesota. Lost last matchup with Nick Foles at the helm. Blake, what are you going to be looking for that's going to be a little different, that's going to be maybe a little better for the Bears this time around?
Well, we know that their run game has drastically improved over the last few weeks, which has been really good because they've seemed to have an identity, at least on offense. Even in their loss against Green Bay, like they were playing catch up, and a lot of that was garbage time points. But at the same time, like, you saw them actually put cohesive drives together that resulted in points. So I think if they can do that against Minnesota with Mitch Trubisky today, they should be able to win, because, I mean, you go back to that Minnesota game on Monday night, that was like the bottom at that point. Like, I don't think they finished with like 150 total yards in that game, and Nick Foles barely eclipsed 100 passing yards. And that was the bottom for the offense this year. So anything that they do today with Mitch Trubisky should be better than that. And they only lost 19-14, I think, in that first matchup. So, I mean, with the improvements that you have seen out of the offense, there's no reason that the Bears shouldn't win this game. We know that the defense has had a lot of success against Kirk Cousins. Like, even in that game, like, the Vikings didn't really do anything spectacular. The Bears offense was just horrible. So I think you really go in. Oh, hi, Andy. Oh, it's Alec. That's my little cousin. Shout out, Alec.
Nice.
The Bears have every opportunity to win this game today. And if they don't, then, it's back to the drawing board, and the playoffs are pretty much toast.
Yep, absolutely. And if the Bears lose to the Vikings twice in one season, that's
That
kind of
would
when you
hurt.
know that it's when you know it's not the Bears' year. So
I mean, you look at what the Vikings have even done in the past couple of weeks too. That they lost to Tampa Bay. They were in control of that game for the pretty much the whole first quarter, but then I think Tampa Bay pretty much rattled off 26 unanswered.
yeah,
But they went to overtime with the Jags the week before that. Only beat the Panthers by a point the week before that, and then lost to the Cowboys. So like the Vikings are 6-7 right there with the Bears. But they're not that good of a team either. So, that's what I'm saying. Like, with an improved offense, there's no reason that they shouldn't be able to move the ball and put up some points today. And we just like seeing points now at this point from the offense. It's been nice to see that lately.
yeah, absolutely. How's my? We're gonna do car checks on the connection. How's my car connection for you, by the way?
You sound good on my end so far. I see connection no bueno right here though from Gowdy Scout.
Maybe Periscope isn't too good right now, but yeah, we'll see. It's going to be another week where the Bears have to use their Periscope looks good. The Bears have to use their their skill guys. They got to get guys in space. Cole Kmet, we say it right here. Darnell Mooney. Whoa, that's Usaid. Whoa, Dave. Whoa, geez, the chat's going crazy.
Yeah, chat's going crazy all of a sudden.
We see Darnell Mooney needs to get involved early and often. Shout out to Dave. Dave's a Packers fan. He's coming in here, even though he wants Mitch to do well because he wants the Bears to sign Mitch to a long-term deal so the Bears keep sucking. You whatever, Dave. But thanks for coming in the chat and thanks for being productive and not trash talking us. I appreciate you. Let's see. Usaid's in the chat. What's going on, Usaid? We're saying hi to everybody hopping in. What else we got? No Jalen Johnson today. Let's get right into
let's talk about that.
The injury report, guys. Little tough about that. The injury report. We got Jalen Johnson out. We've got Buster Screen out and Deion Bush. So with rookie phenom Justin Jefferson and, of course, Adam Thielen, how are you feeling about that, Blake? Ultimately, here's the bottom line. If the Bears can get to Kirk Cousins, I don't know how much this is going to matter. But if we take the whole season about how the Bears have struggled getting to the quarterback, how uneasy are you about this?
Well, it definitely hurts because, the Bears' defensive back field right now, the depth is weak right now because, Deion Bush, you said, Jalen Johnson, Buster Screen. So you're going to have to see guys like Duke Shelley play significant snaps again. And, Kendall Vildor, you just say, he might be getting some snaps today. And those guys are going to have to perform. And, their secondary was relatively healthy the first time they played the Vikings. And I'm pretty sure Justin Jefferson still ate. So Justin Jefferson's a beast. You got to have eyes on him at all times. And, that's the thing about these Vikings wide receivers. Even though Kirk Cousins isn't very good, if you find a way to get him the ball, they're playmakers, and they're going to be able to do some things with it. So it's going to be tough, but that's the thing, though. If the pass rush plays like they can, we saw it last week against the Texans. They had 6 or 7 sacks in that game, and that was the Bears' defense performance we've been waiting to see. And, the Texans were banged up, but they've had success against this Vikings team for the last 2 years under the Matt Nagy era. So if they come ready to play and they don't sleepwalk like they did in the Packers game or at the end of that Lions game, the defense should be ready to go and shut down Kirk Cousins at least.
Yeah, and here's another good point. Neither D-line game like last game. That is going to be way bigger to have this game than last game. A lot of people pumped for this game. Getting pumped. Jake's got the Kirk Cousins. This is a good one. Kirk Cousins buys a Kindle after Builder gets 2 picks. Nice, Jake.
Kirk Cousins definitely already owns a Kindle. He's owned a Kindle since they came out. Dude. That guy is definitely a Kindle guy.
That guy
no
is
doubt in my mind.
That guy comes home from a game and his wife is like, "Honey, they just came out with a new Kindle," and he's like, "Oh my god!"
He has to have 3 of them. He has to have the Kindle.
Yes, absolutely. That is 100% Kirk Cousins. Oh my god, we got a Manti Te'o. Is Manti Te'o up? We got a Manti Te'o.
If they brought him up, that would be news to me. I forget that he's even on the Bears sometimes. Or he's a practice squad guy, but
with that, Quinn needs to wake up too. I know he's been dealing with that foot issue that we've seen, drop foot. So we'll see how much he is playing. But it's big again, a big defensive line game. We can't forget with these cornerbacks out. We can't forget about Dalvin Cook. We can't forget about it because he's going to have a he's so good. He's a monster running back. So Blake, again, another question to you with Hicks in the game, and obviously they were able to shut him down last game for the most part. Do you feel like they can do that again, or do you feel like it's going to be harder, especially in Minnesota?
Well, Akeem Hicks and Dalvin Cook, they highlighted that a lot in their last matchup. Those two guys don't really like each other. Akeem Hicks is going to be in his year, but it's still the same team. But Dalvin Cook is a guy you have to account for. He's one play away on every single down from breaking a long one. So it's something you got to be concerned with, and you got to stay on him at all times. I think we're frozen here. Is Austin frozen, or am I still in here? Am I frozen? Am I lost? Yep. I thought we were frozen. We can figure this out though, guys. Is it still me? Is it just Austin? All right, so I'm still good here. We'll try and get Austin back here for you shortly, but I don't even remember what we were talking about now. I got distracted by the frozen thing. But today with Akeem Hicks, those guys don't like each other. So Dalvin Cook's a good player. You're gonna have to figure out how to stop him. But at the same time, I was just looking at this. So Monte Teo, he's still on the practice squad, guys. I think you guys will appreciate this. But under his Chicago Bears section of his Wikipedia page, it says on October 20th, 2020, Teo was signed to the Chicago Bears practice squad. Next to it, his girlfriend did not exist in college. They had to throw that on there for their Wikipedia report for whatever reason. There's no fans in Minnesota. So is there really even a lot of still places having fans? Like I know Carolina has been kind of like packed here, but let's see. I'm thrown off now, guys. I wasn't ready for this. Just me on the show today. We'll try and get Austin back in. See if he's texting me right now. He said, no, keep going. You're good. All right. Let's see. So keys to the game here. Let's look at the Vikings defense. Vikings defense, we know that they've given up some big plays here, like Tampa Bay. They kind of struggled in the first half, but they kind of put it together. Like I'm really looking for David Montgomery. David Montgomery is the fucking guy. He's been playing really well the last couple of weeks, and he's been going crazy. So man, Austin's the host of this. I'm thrown off here, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I was not ready to be the only one on here. Time to sword. That's right, Pat. We trying our best out here. Any locks of the week here? Has anybody got any really good gambling locks they look? I've been cold lately. Cold. I'm waiting for Austin to get back into the Bears talk because I know he wants to be able to talk about that. So let's go around to the NFL stuff going on. How about the games yesterday? Is Josh Allen the MVP? No? Hold on one second, guys. Austin's trying to call me now, I think. Let's see.
All right, I'm back. Blake, where you at?
All right, we just talked on the phone. All right, we're good. All right, we're back now.
You in? Can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, we're back.
I cannot hear you, Blake. We're ready to roll, though. We're back. Blake's going to figure out his audio, but we're back rolling. Blake, give me a thumbs up. You can hear me, right?
I can hear you, yeah.
All right, cool. All right, Blake's going to figure out his audio, but we're back. I'm, again, traveling halfway across the freaking country. I think I'm in Ohio. I have no idea. Are we in Ohio or Indiana? We're in Ohio. So rolling into cross country, but we're going to talk some more Bears. Starting.
My audio back?
Where were we at? Where did we leave off? We were talking. Stopping Dalvin Cook. So Dalvin Cook is going to be another factor in this game. I think Alexander Mattison might be out. If you're in the chat, let me know if he's out or not. But Alexander Mattison might be out. So with that, we're going to need to stop Dalvin Cook. Akeem Hicks being healthy is big. So if Akeem is able to able to do what he can, I still can't hear you, Blake. If Akeem's able to continue to do what he has been the last couple weeks, I think we'll be good to go. So Blake still can't figure out his audio. This is technical difficulties at its finest, people. This is what we love to see. Bears, Vikings. Hopefully this isn't a preview of what's to come today. So we'll see. Blake, can you plug in your phone or so? I don't even know what to tell you to do.
Yeah,
this is great, though. This is great.
All right.
We were rolling, and then of course my hotspot just totally gives out. So that's great that's great to hear. Blake's still trying to figure out his audio.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm with you here though too. DBs definitely scare me a little bit. Being injured, Jefferson's going to be wreaking havoc on us. The dude should be rookie of the year. It's him or Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert. It's Justin Herbert, Justin Jefferson. I have no idea. Oh, Blake, I guess supposedly they can hear you.
Oh, so they can hear me. Austin just can't.
I might just not be.
So I'm just saying hello to all the people.
I still can't hear you. This is hilarious. Jake or Blake, just talk if people can hear you. I'll try to fix my thing now.
I mean, I guess they can still hear me right now. This is, man, we are really struggling today. I don't know what's going on here. I know Austin can't even hear me now, but it's tough when he's in the car. But for whatever reason, we cannot get this going today. But, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe if we just talk about the Bears less, maybe the Bears will actually win. So maybe this is what we all need, just a little less Bears.
My God. Bro,
Whoa.
Look at this shit. Oh, my God.
Let's clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up, boys. Clap it up.
All time.
Clap it up. We are a mess today.
Oh, my God.
We are a mess today, man.
Oh, God. That was tough. This is where we missed Ryan. We needed a third.
Honestly, this is
third
bad
today, man. We needed a third. That's okay. But yeah, we'll get rolling right into it. So Blake, continue talking about Dalvin Cook. Again, if my connection cuts out, just keep going. The show will go on.
Yeah.
But driving.
Well, I think we covered our bases a little bit on Dalvin Cook. Ohio. Did you just leave this morning too?
Yeah, I left at 6, dude.
Oh, so you're on the grind now, huh? So you're gonna be watching Bears football from the car?
Yes, we will be.
All right. Are you gonna have 2 tabs? One for Red Zone, one for the Bears game?
I don't even know if I can pull that off. I'm just gonna have there's one phone in the middle with the Bears game.
One thing at a time.
Yeah. I'm on the hot seat. God damn, Jake's ready to fire me already.
Everyone is collectively on the hot seat right now from the Lakeshore Live podcast. This has been a tough scene for sure.
We have no idea where Ryan is. I legitimately hope.
He'll be okay. I think he went home for Christmas or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
so he's.
I know. Wait, no, Blake. Why are you on the hot seat? It's me. I just didn't plug this thing in.
Well, I was reading stuff while you were talking and cut out, so I didn't even realize you cut out. And then I was reading stuff about Monte Teo, and then I realized I was by myself, and I tried to make up for it. And then it was just not good because I was trying to follow the outline, but I was trying to keep the Bears talk to a minimum because I know you got to be in here to talk about all that. But we were able to get it fixed out.
Everybody in the chat, thanks for letting you know you can hear us. That's
honestly. So without you guys, we would be struggling right now.
Fun times. But yeah, so back to Manti Te'o. Someone in the chat actually said that he was active last week.
I don't think so. I think he's only been on the practice squad.
Interesting. So I don't know about that. But yeah, we'll have to see. But essentially, we talked Dalvin Cook. We talked defense more or less. What are we getting into now? Keys to the game? Is it time for keys to the game?
Yeah, let's go to the keys to the game.
Man, that was interesting. Live show. That's
I know you guys saw us. You saw us go through multiple technical issues and then fight through it the whole time.
Yeah.
And then somehow you watched it come full circle there. So I appreciate all you guys for tuning in and sticking with
the Bears. We started off strong on this show. We went on a 6-game losing streak in the middle of it, and now we're finishing strong. That's how we're doing it here. We're the Bears. All right, keys to the game. I'll start here. Keys to the game. Opposite of what I usually do. Stop the run. It's got to be stop the run. It's got to be get to Kirk Cousins. If you don't do 2 of those things, it's going to be a long day. If you don't get to Kirk Cousins, it's going to be a long day. As bad as Kirk Cousins is, he's still decent. He can still throw the ball. So if you don't get to him and you give him time, he's going to be wreaking havoc. And then you have to stop Dalvin Cook. Absolutely. And then the other thing I would say is I would keep the ball away from the Vikings with the defense, with the issues that you have and injuries with the DBs. Keep the ball away from from the Vikings and Dalvin Cook and that team and that offense, and just try to run the ball and try to draw as many long drives as you can.
Sustain those drives, baby. That's what the Bears need. That's the recipe for success for them. With a good defense, you need to be able to run the ball. You need to have those drives that are 10 to 12 plays, and you chew up some clock. That's how the Bears are going to win football teams, and especially, say they do go on a run and make the playoffs. That's what they're going to have to be able to do to beat these good teams. You're not going to be able to win a 30-plus point scoring game against a team with a high-powered offense like the Packers or the Saints or any of these teams, because that's just not what the Bears' identity is. So you're going to have to put together some of these sustained drives.
Yeah. Yep. I like this key to the game for Mitch is yelling, "You like that after each completion," like Kirk Cousins did in Washington.
Yeah,
that's a good one. And David Montgomery just keeps doing what he's been doing, man. Mm-hmm. David Montgomery's last 3 games have been balling out. So
huge step forward.
Yeah, how about that with a decent offensive line? Yeah. Sam Mustipher playing great. I think it's great. So yeah, and then did you have a player of the game prediction?
Player of the game? Man, last week I went with David Montgomery, and it worked out really well for me. So I think player of the game wise, if I'm looking for someone to ride with, I'll ride the day. Or did I say Roquan last week? Either way, I picked David Montgomery. I did say Roquan. But this week I'll go back to David Montgomery. I really like what I've seen out of him the last few weeks. He's really showing that he is all that talent's coming together, and you're seeing it culminate these last 3 weeks. And the Vikings run D hasn't been great. The defense is pretty middle of the pack for the most part, and we've seen them give up some big plays. So I'm going to go David Montgomery again. Maybe he starts off the game with another long run because he's done it twice now in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, I like that pick. I think I'm going to go with. If I were to pick someone and they were to get the good juju from me picking them, I'm picking Mitch Trubisky as my player of the game. With the defense banged up, we need a big Mitch game to stay in the playoff hunt. Plain and simple. Mm-hmm. So I am looking for Mitch to have a big game today and to really take the Bears into next week against Jacksonville at 7-6.
7-7.
7-7. 7-7.
One,
right,
yeah.
We're 6-7. God damn it. Too hopeful.
We could have been 7-6. That Lions game.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. But all right. So locks of the week. We're going to get into our locks of the week, our betting locks of the week. If you guys are betting,
do you want to do over-unders for the Bears game first? Or you want to go into locks of the week?
Let's see. I'm right over the over-unders. Yep, let's get into over-unders. So if you guys are in the chat, you can participate in these over-unders too. If you think it's going to be over or under the given number that we give out for each thing that we have here. I don't even know what to call them. So starting with the defensive side of the football, sacks over under 2.5 sacks. Again, that's over under 2.5 sacks. How are we on that?
I feel kind of good about it. I saw a lot of positive things against the Texans offensive line last week, and I'm always going to default to their success against Kirk Cousins at this point. So I feel like I'm leaning over here. All it takes, you can get 2 from Khalil Mack on any given game.
Yeah. Yep. I like over 2. I think Khalil Mack's heading into. I think he's starting to get his juju back. So I like the over, and I think, we're gonna see 3 or 4 sacks. I think if Mario Edwards is playing, I think he's playing, right? Yeah, Mario Edwards in there, Mingo in there, even Akeem Hicks. Maybe we see a Big Daddy Akeem Hicks sack. So we'll see what happens. But I like the over 2.5 for sacks here. Next one is on the offensive side of the football. David Montgomery over under 60.5 rushing yards. Man, this is a good one too. And there's no Howie Kendricks for the Vikings. So I like the over.
I like the over here too.
He's got to keep this going. He is rolling. This man is rolling right now.
He's hit that, like he had the 57-yard run on the first play against the Packers and then the 80-yard run last week on the first play. If it's anything like that, he'll hit it in the first quarter or the first play. So
yeah, I like the over too. I think he's been on fire lately. I think it's only a matter of I want to see him actually. I would love to see him string together multiple.
Where the Vikings add in run D too? Because I don't think their run D's been that great.
I don't think it's been either, and then they're without one of their best interior linemen too.
Okay, they're around 19 in yardage right now.
We got
giving up like 4.3 yards a carry.
We got confidence. We got confidence in this in the chat right now. Yeah, everybody's easy over the first.
What a turn! That's how we are as Bears fans, though.
Yeah, let's go.
You would have asked a few weeks ago, this offense isn't doing anything, and now all of a sudden we're like, over on all the offense props.
Going to the Super Bowl. Over on everything. Over
all
on
it takes. Get to that playoffs, baby.
Let's go. Actually, you know what's funny? I have that bet with the guy from Draft, the old CEO of the Draft Network. The Bears, if the Bears win out, I win that too. So that'd be
Ooh, okay.
I didn't think
we're not riding here.
So yeah, there's a lot on this. Okay, the last over under Mitch Trubisky 1.5 passing touchdowns. Do we even need to talk about this? This is easy.
I'm
just kidding.
I can't believe it. But I'm going the over here. I feel the over. I feel the Bears offense might have turned a corner here, and it's been against some really bad defenses, but the Vikings defense isn't good either. So hopefully they can just keep riding this wave.
Yeah, and you got Mitch. Mitch could do it on the ground as well. So I think we'll see two total. I think we're going to see two total Mitch Trubisky touchdowns, and that can be either one on the ground, one passing, or two on the ground, two passing, whatever. But in terms of passing touchdowns, I don't know. It depends how successful they are running the ball. I'll say over though. I like a very high scoring game. We got a couple overs here. 3 TDs. Jake's got the under. We got another over pick here. 2 to Robinson. So yeah, interesting. That's our over unders though. Some interesting takes, guys. I like the confidence in the chat though. I love the confidence. So actually from that, you guys have a meatball take, throw it in. Let's do a meatball take. Like we haven't done meatball takes in a while.
Meatball takes? Okay, I'm down for a meatball take.
One of our listeners, Rubinik, actually gave this to us, so we do this. We try to do this weekly. Meatball take, give us your craziest take of this game. For example, Mitch Trubisky throwing for 6 touchdowns. That's crazy, but still a meatball take. Blake, do you have one off the top of your head? Or you want me to start?
Meatball take, I feel like I always just default to a pick 6 in these meatball takes, so I kind of want to do something different. I was kind of thinking maybe a Cordero Patterson return, but at the same time, the Vikings know what he's about, and he returned one against the Vikings the last time, so I'm not convinced that they're going to kick to him. All right, I'll say that the Bears score another touchdown from past midfield today. It's going to happen, whether it's through the air or a running game. That was their first touchdown, I think, from past midfield since the Jets game in 2018. So I'll say that. The Bears are going to score a long one today.
All right, I'm going to ride off of that and say that I'm going to ride off Blake's thing there and say that I think Darnell Mooney's going to get his long touchdown today.
It's coming today?
It's coming, bro.
It's going to hit. We've seen so many missed opportunities there.
I'm taking the Ohio juju from right now, and we're just like Darnell Mooney. Yes, AJ's
what kind of juju comes from Ohio?
Cornfields and
I don't think that's the kind of juju you want.
I don't really know. What's in Ohio? Eddie George, Ohio State University. Eddie's juju. Maybe.
All right. Channel that energy then.
Nicholas went to Ohio State, so maybe some successful juju in Ohio. Maybe.
Okay, you're taking all the successfulness out of Ohio and transferring
to
Ohio State. Okay, all right.
All right. So, okay, good meatball takes there. Now it's time for the locks of the week. We got our locks. All you bettors out there, we got locks of the week. Of course, I have my Staley Sunday parlay as well. So while I'm getting that, Blake, why don't you pull up the
banners?
The banners and give your lock of the week.
All right, my lock of the week. Can't find it. I like Kyle Shanahan and San Francisco in that running game to steamroll Dallas. Dallas can't stop anything right now. They're dead last in rushing. And, the 49ers, that's the one thing that they can do successfully on offense. Even, with Nick Mullins in, they always are able to do it. You got Raheem Mostert coming back, Jeff Wilson healthy. I think this is just one of those games that San Francisco is just going to run all over them. So I like San Francisco minus 3.5. I think they win by a touchdown, maybe even more.
Is that an afternoon game?
I think that's a noon game.
Shit, is betting legal in Ohio? Because if it is, I'm gonna go try to go take that. I don't know if it is.
I have no idea.
The struggles of traveling cross country. Okay, my lock of the week is going to be Kansas City minus 3 against New Orleans. I like New Orleans. Drew Brees is back. I think that game's going to be awesome, but I just think Patrick Mahomes is too good. I still think New Orleans isn't like the high-powered New Orleans that we've seen before. They're still a very good team, but I don't think they're going to be able to keep up with Patrick Mahomes. So I like Kansas City minus 3. I really like Blake's bet, though. If you're going to bet between one of these two, I would take the Niners minus 3.5 against
maybe
Dallas.
A little Lakeshore Live lock of the week parlay.
Ooh, okay, a little lock of the week.
San Francisco.
Oh, okay, I might have
dabble
to do
a little
that.
on it. Yeah, I might dabble in it.
All right, how about the Staley Sunday parlay? I do this every week. It started on Saturday, so I hope you guys hopped on it. It's Bills Packers, which already hit. If not, you can hop on this Colts Rams Steelers. That's going to get you like literally no good odds. But my Staley Sunday parlay: Bills Packers, Colts Rams Steelers. If you guys are hopping on it, you can take the last 3 of that leg and see what happens. But that is my Staley Sunday parlay.
Do we have the rest of Staley's picks too, or do we not have?
Oh, yes, I do. I can go right through them.
Let's hear them.
Do right through them. Let's find them. Right. Where's that text? There it is. All right, starting at the top. Vegas. We got the Raiders over the Chargers, which
did not go well.
Did not hit. That was a crazy game.
That was wild.
Got Tampa Bay over Atlanta, 4 out of 5. We got Colts over the Houston Texans, 5 out of 5. We got Bills over the Broncos, 4 out of 5. We got Packers over the Panthers, which hit 4 out of 5. Bills hit 2, so Staley's 2-1 to start the week. We got Patriots over the Dolphins, Vikings over the Bears, 3 out of 5. Staley always picks against the Bears. Boo, Staley. Titans over the Lions, Rams over the Jets, Jags over the Ravens as an upset, Seahawks over the Washington football team, Cardinals over the Eagles, Saints over the Chiefs, somewhat of another upset. Ooh, here we go, Blake. Cowboys over the Niners. Whenever Staley picks that, something like that, that's
now you got me nervous. Now I'm nervous.
I know. That's what I'm thinking too. And then we got Steelers over the Bengals. Only 4 out of 5 on that, which is interesting. But yeah, those are Staley's picks. Parlay, bet what you want, bet at your own risk, have some fun with it. We got a 14 parlay here. Atlanta, Kansas City, New England money line, and San Francisco. Bold. I kind of like that.
Okay.
That'll get you some good odds.
I like the New England money line.
Yeah, that'll get you some good odds on that. But all right, it's time for Sam's Stardom Sit-em. Sam gave us some great Stardom Sit-ems for this week. We give you 2 Stardoms for fantasy, 2 Sit-ems for fantasy, and then a holiday season Stardom and a holiday season Sit-em. So, Blake, you want to just rotate back and forth?
Let's do it.
Actually, well, yeah, and then
there you
want
go.
to take the Manscaped ad too? We can just roll like that.
Good. Yeah, I got to pull it up real quick though.
Am I good?
Yeah,
all right,
good.
Pull it up. I'll start with the Stardom Sit then. All right, Stardom. We got our own. Sam's putting our own Chicago Bear in there. Stardom. Cole Kmet, sneaky streaming option. Graham may not be playing, giving Kmet all the snaps to tight end. He already has become an offensive leader in terms of total percentage on the field. The Vikings let up a little over 50 yards per game to tight ends. Mitch has asked for Kmet to get more involved, shaking up for a potentially great fantasy game for the Notre Dame rookie. Stardom also, Russell Gage. With Julio out again, Gage has emerged as a new favorite target of Matt Ryan. He's got value in deeper PPR leagues. After having 9 catches of 15 total targets last week, the Falcons are up against a decent Bucs defense, but if you need a receiver, grab Gage if he's there. Do you want to get the sit-em, Blake? The sit-ems?
Let's do it. Start or sit-em? Yeah, yep. I got you. We're on J.K. McKissick. J.K. McKissick. Shout out Jake. Jake's always in the chat. Talk to Jake about J.K. McKissick because that's his dog. But so J.K. McKissick is a sit-em for Sam. Seahawks defense is poor, but I don't trust McKissick. With Alex Smith out this week, it's Dwayne Haskins that worries me. It's important to note that Antonio Gibson is out again, but I fear the Washington football offense is going to go nowhere. I'll agree with that. I think with Dwayne Haskins in, it's definitely been a struggle for them. Alex Smith, check down God too. So, I mean, when you got Alex Smith and J.K. McKissick, it's an ultimate combo. But the second sit-em here, it's a big name. Ezekiel Elliott. I can't believe I'm putting Elliott down, but he's been hit with offensive injuries all around him. Elliott has been losing carries and dropping the ball more often than a man using his Manscaped products. And this 49ers defense lets the 5th fewest yards up to running backs right now. That 49ers defense is stingy. And Zeke has not performed at all this year. So I'm with him. He has not performed up to that draft standard.
How about this one for real quick? We had a question. Devontae Parker or Jeff Wilson in the flex?
I think I ride with Jeff Wilson there. Devontae Parker with Tua at quarterback has not been anything.
And you got Gilmore and that Patriots quarterback depth there.
And we know how Bill Belichick performs against rookie quarterbacks. And Devontae Parker's banged up, I believe, too.
Yeah. I mean, we have we've been having the Manscaped segments too, and make sure you guys check that out.
Check those out on YouTube, yeah.
YouTube segment, YouTube channel. We're putting our big boards of our podcast each week, and also the Bear Cave, the Manscaped Bear Caves. Those are up there, so check them out. Lakeshore Live Podcast on YouTube. We got a lot of awesome videos up there. All right, our final Stardom Sit-em. Stardoms, tiramisu. Only this one is a personal one. I just made this for the first time ever, and it was so good. Tiramisu is unbelievable if you make it good. The key step is not to dip in the lady fingers too long. That's an interesting quote, Sam. If they get too soggy, they'll lose their integrity. Definitely an underrated dessert and one that isn't too hard to make. I thought tiramisu's hard to make, but that sounds interesting.
Yeah, I don't think I could do anything with tiramisu.
Sam-
Like, I don't think I
Sam-
can. I'll eat tiramisu, but I can't make no tiramisu.
Absolutely. All right, last sit-em, Justin Fields. Sheesh, not a great game for the OSU quarterback. Ohio State should totally sit Fields the rest of the year so that his draft stock will slick. Whoa, his draft stock will slip, and maybe some certain franchise based in Chicago will draft him out of pity. I'm down with it.
that was the ultimate goal. I was watching that. I think every Bears fan collectively was watching that and be like, okay, now he can fall.
All right, before we get into the Vikings, Blake, you want to take away Manscaped?
Zeke is out versus the Niners, so you should definitely sit him today. And that just made Niners -3 even better.
Damn, I'm going to have to hammer that shit. All right, before we get into the Vikings quiz that Sam made to know the Vikings a little bit better, Blake, who's the show sponsored by? You guys see it at the bottom of the screen.
Oh, yeah. You know who we're sponsored by. Support for Lakeshore Live is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in below-the-waist grooming. And we got big news because Manscaped just released their new cologne scent. Look at this. Look at this box, too. Like any cologne box.
This shit's so good.
I'll give you guys a little demo right here. Look at this. If I could get it out. Refined is what it's called. Refined by Manscaped. You know, Christmas is coming up. You can still get your order in using the code BEARSBACK. You know, it's a stocking stuffer. Get a little cologne. Look at this. You guys can't smell it, but maybe you can because that's how good it smells. You can smell it. Smell it through the mic. That's how good it smells. So it's the new product from Manscaped. Everyone knows Manscaped has the perfect package 3.0 for all your below-the-waist grooming needs, but they didn't stop there. Complete your grooming game with this refined cologne signature scent, with the same signature scent that's all Manscaped formulas. So it smells like, if you've smelled the lotion and everything like that, it's kind of like a cologne version of that. So it's a perfect complement to the collection. It's light, approachable, and gentlemanly in all the right ways. Think of it as your wingman for the night to keep you fresh and ready for anything. So you can get 20% and free shipping off this cologne and a bunch of other good stuff with the code BEARSBACK at manscaped.com. Your balls and body will thank you. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code BEARSBACK at manscaped.com.
Love it. Yeah, make sure you guys check that out if you're new to listening. That we can save you some money there. Manscaped's got some great products. Again, 20% free shipping. BearsBack.
You know the deal.
Yeah, you know the deal. Are we ready for this?
Let's do it.
Ready for this quiz?
Let's do it.
All right, let me pull it up. Give me some music.
Bulls basketball returns this week, boys.
I love that. I love that. And now it's time for your Vikings quiz. All right, let's get into it.
Let's do it. Hey, I took a class. Ooh, go ahead.
Go ahead. What are you going to say?
I took a Vikings class in college. I got to be in it, so I hope I know some of these.
Well, damn, you better be good with this.
Ready for it.
All right. If you're in the chat and you want to participate, just put down an answer that you think. We're starting with what year was the first meeting between these franchises, the Bears and the Vikings? 1952, 1957, 1961, or 1963?
I want it. Repeat the first two.
1952, 1957, 1961, or 1963?
I'm going to go 61.
Okay, I'll take 61 too. Let's see what we got. I think we're right. The game was in the middle of September. We're right. 62.
All right. Good start.
All right. The Vikings currently hold the record between these two teams of a total won games. What with a record of what? 61, 56, and 2, 61, 56, and 0, 60, 57, and 0, or 6 and 9. Nice, Sam. Always throwing the 69 jokes in there.
6 and 9.
What do you got, Blake? Let our listeners
let them catch up a little bit. Run it back one more time for them.
61, 56, and 2, 61, 56, and 0, 60, 57, and 0. I think I like 61, 56, and 0.
That's what I was kind of leaning towards as well.
All right, so we're going to go 61, 56, and 0. Damn it.
Nope.
There were ties. It was 61, 56, and 2. So there were ties
hate to see
in this thing. All right. True or false? The Bears beat the Vikings in the 1995 playoffs. Yep, Jake got the first one.
I think that's true.
So, okay, again, true or false, because I know we're a little bit delayed live with our listeners. The Bears beat the Vikings in the 1995 playoffs. No Googling. True or false?
I thought that was – I know they made the playoffs at one point, but I think that's true. I think that's true.
All right, let's go true. True that the Bears beat the Vikings. Let's see. Yep, true. Let's go. Bears won 35-18.
Yeah, Eric Kramer, right? Was he the quarterback at that time, or was it somebody else?
I think he was.
No, Steve Walsh played quarterback for them in that one.
Oh, what? I don't even know who that is.
Sean Salisbury played in that game for Minnesota. Wow.
I have no idea who those guys are. All right. Who is the Bears' starting quarterback in the Viking Miracle game? Jim McMahon, Jim Harbaugh, Steve Walsh, or Jay Cutler?
Is that the 80? There's the Bears Miracle game. Is that the 85 one?
Vikings Miracle game.
Oh, the Vikings Miracle game. Oh, I have no idea.
Either. I want to go with one of the Jims. I'd say Jim McMahon or Jim Harbaugh. Which one do you want to go with?
I'll go Harbaugh.
Let's go Harbaugh. Damn it, it was McMahon.
It was McMahon? Damn.
Yeah.
We tried.
All right. All right, here, now we get some fun ones. So what is bear in the Norse language? I think that's a Viking language, right?
Yeah.
Bear.
Well,
so
yeah,
it's Fia, holy cow, Heidi, Bjorn, or Bjorn.
I think it.
Fia,
Bjorn.
Bjorn or Bjorn. I say Bjorn or
Bjorn's
Bjorn.
a real Norse name, so I'll go Bjorn.
Bjorn or Bjorn. Bjorn might be a name. Well, maybe it means like you name someone after bear. So I'll go
name
Bjorn.
it.
I'll go
Bjorn. Bjorn. All right, Bjorn.
All right, Bjorn. I literally made this.
Nice.
Oh, it's a character.
Schmitty Werberman, Jagerman Jensen.
Sam says I literally made this a character, so if you got it wrong, I would have been mad. We're right.
Oh, wow. So
Thanks,
that was
Sam.
made up.
No, I think it's actually Bear. That's why he named his character Bear.
Gotcha. Oh, that's right. I forgot about the character Bjorn.
Yes. Okay, next one. 6. Where do Vikings originate from? Scotland, England, Scandinavia, or your mom's house?
My mom's house, dog.
I think it's Scandinavia, right?
It is Scandinavia.
It.
No doubt. No doubter. Lock it in.
Come on, Blake got a B at that school, at that class.
Come on, dude. I'm a Viking god, bro. Viking
All
genius.
right, where did Vikings who died in combat travel to? This is easy, too.
Oh, this is easy.
Westeros, Valhalla, or Asgard?
Valhalla.
Valhalla, baby. Come on. All right, last one. Oh, also Asgard. Oh,
man, we're Viking
Valhalla
experts
is
now.
located within Asgard, yeah. We only got 2 wrong.
All right.
Last
Is that our
one.
first time? That's our best. Oh, we got
We
one
get
more.
into our predictions. We got one more. Which of these beings did the Vikings pray to? Odin, Loki, Thor, Khalil Mack. Jesus, Sam. Easy.
All of the
Odin.
above, baby.
Oh, all the above. We got 6 out of 8.
All the
though. That's
above.
solid. 6 out of 8's good.
Man, we're getting smarter by the day.
Yeah, we're smart. This is okay. We're gonna change this podcast from Chicago sports to just being smart as shit.
Yeah, smart as shit live.
We're just smart. Smart as shit live. I like that. All right, let's close this out. Score predictions, and then we'll get you guys off to prepare for the game. So, Blake, score prediction. If you have them in the chat, throw them in. What are your score predictions for today's game? I'll start with Blake. Blake is on the hope train, baby. He's on the train with me. He's hopeful. He's ready to roll.
Bears 27, Vikings 20. I just want to see the Bears keep winning at this point. You know, playoffs would be fun. It'd be better than – I mean, if we're going to be picking 15th anyway, we might as well make the playoffs and pick 16th or 17th. So,
yeah.
Bears win today, 27, Vikings 20.
Love it. And I'm hopping on that too. I think the first one to get to 27 wins today's game. I've got Bears 27, Vikings 24. I'm excited for a fun game today. I think we're in for a high-scoring game. Potentially the over might not be a bad pick. What's the over today?
47 right now.
47. I think I might take that. 47 is a good over. Oh, wait, I can't bet. I'm in Ohio. Screw you, Ohio. But that's okay. I'm excited for this game. I've got, just for anybody who wants to bet, anybody who's still here, I've got Bears over 10.5 for first half. I've got Bears money line as well in the Daily Sunday Parlay, so bet what you will. But a very interesting show. Thank you for sticking with us through the technical difficulties. It was a lot of fun, as always. We have our podcast that will be back on either Tuesday or Wednesday next week. It's available on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and much, much more. So check us out anywhere you get it. Rate, subscribe. We appreciate it. And then we'll be back with our live pregame show next Sunday. And, of course, dropping Bears content from our social medias on Twitter at LSL_pod, Lakeshore Live Podcast on Instagram and Facebook. He is my right-hand man, Blake Hanatho. I'm Austin Fiegelstead. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Go Bears, bear down, and we'll catch you on Tuesday or Wednesday. When we drop our pod.